So we're excited. We're actually going to be located in the new co-working station, which will be part of the block.
The block will be 52,000 square feet. It'll be 3 stories. It'll be the largest commercial building here downtown in Holly Springs. It'll be several retail tenants. It'll be about 14 retail tenants on the bottom floor. It'll have 11,000 square foot co-working space that'll include a lounge and an additional event space that'll service up to 50 individuals for bigger settings and training. It'll have a rooftop bar and restaurant on it. It'll have frontage on Main Street, on Avon Ferry Street, on Rogers Street, and I think is going to just hopefully revitalize downtown.
The 242 LLC project and the Malback project, and then the town infrastructure piece along with the chambers, the chamber land, the combination of development that's going to take place there is the largest project that the downtown has had in many years, probably since 2003, so it's going to be very significant for our downtown.
So for us, it just made sense from an evolution perspective of the chamber. We saw what the co-working station has done and is going to do in Holly Springs, and we felt like that fits nicely with what the chamber is trying to accomplish, that we're very much complementary to each other, and the timing was right. We were looking for a new space. Co-working station is building a new space, and really at the heart of it, it's going to be a better experience for our members, that we are no longer out on an island, right? We are in the trenches with our members. We are down the hall from them. We are in a space that is welcoming, so they can come, they can interact with us in a way that wasn't before possible, and is only really possible in a co-working type environment. The model that the co-working station provides makes much more sense for us just as a business, but from a strategic perspective, it's incredibly important for the chamber to be entrenched with the business community. We can't continue to be effective and be out on an island. The chamber has to evolve, and we cannot function as an exclusive club. We have to be an inclusive community that is part of a larger ecosystem.
I think that there's just so many natural synergies between what the chamber wants to do and what co-working is trying to do, and they overlap but don't compete, and they just really work well together. So at co-working, we provide programming sometimes, but it's usually more of a means to an end. We have members, we're providing a setting, but we have to develop or come up with maybe some of those support or educational elements and things that the chamber just really excels at.
You walk into our office now and there's paper and business cards and flyers all over the walls, and that's great because that's what we have right now. But when we move into the new space, all of that will be gone. It'll be replaced with a digital kiosk, and so just that experience will be elevated and changed. But when people walk into that door, I hope that there's just an unbelievable level of energy that they're hit with, and again, that they'll immediately say, well, this doesn't feel like a typical chamber, and that's what we want.
So we want it to be a space that's open to be creative, and that you walk into and you feel like you can be yourself, and you're not having to be put into a box, but that you're also going to be surrounded by other creative people and people that are doing great things, and that energy is naturally going to kind of spill throughout the space.
So the new building, we're going to have a lot more room for businesses. We're going to have about 11,000 square feet. The chamber is going to be in there with us, and so it's going to be really cool to collaborate with them, and all of our members are going to be able to go to their events, and we're going to have a ton of networking opportunities, and so I think it's going to be a really great collaboration.
So those people that choose to be a part of the co-working station will also be a part of the chamber, and it gives those people that are members, that are co-working station tenants, it expands their network, and now their network is not just what exists within the co-working station, it's what exists in the chamber. You walk into the chamber and you see the collaboration in front of you. You see it happening in front of you. It's not something that you have to seek out or hope to stumble upon. What these projects will do, the block and 242 Main Street, it will further make downtown Holly Springs a viable destination for businesses of all kinds. It's not just a hospitality destination. It's not just a destination to come eat or have a drink. It's a destination to come shop, eat, drink, work. When you look at Holly Springs, there still is that intimacy of a small town. And you know, people do say, well, Holly Springs doesn't have the old buildings. And there's not this kind of old downtown Holly Springs. In my mind, I'm like, that's great, right? Because that allows us to build it and make it viable for the 21st century. And that has to be attractive.
Space will be created for businesses that currently exist in downtown Holly Springs, and they're so successful right now that they would otherwise have to maybe look at another place in town or actually outside of town. But the block is going to be creating square footage to where they will be able to stay in Holly Springs, stay in the downtown area, and expand their operations, which is a win-win for everybody.
It's really a neat progression that the Chamber was a part of the inception of co-working. The co-working has been successful, and now the Chamber and the co-working are part of each other's story. But the town really, I mean, they're the ones that brought together the players. They brought the people to the table. You know, the Chamber, we bought our land 2 years ago, not even knowing what could happen. And with us buying the land, putting the sign on the land, I think played a role in telling people that downtown Holly Springs is viable. And again, it's a collaboration. So you've got the town, you have the block, you have the 242 Main Street project.
The town's efforts to bring together the Chamber of Commerce, Malbac, which is the block, and then the 242 building, bringing together all those resources, we've created something everybody as a team. We've created something that's larger than I think any of us ever expected. If you were to have asked us a few years back, maybe we thought we would have one commercial office building, you know, say 15 or 20,000 square feet. Well, now we're talking about close to 100,000 square feet of downtown, brand new office and retail space. I would say the development of this property downtown, the block project, 242, and then the town infrastructure piece, I can't really express the significance of it well enough. This is something that town leaders, town council people, town staff, it's something we've been trying to work on honestly for decades, with very little to prove. But now we are on the cusp of having 100,000 square feet of office and retail space, public gathering space, if you will, constructed in downtown Holly Springs. It's going to change downtown Holly Springs for the better.
Our new mission statement is to provide visionary leadership to grow our business community through advocacy, engagement, and innovation. So that last piece, innovation, is something that's not a point in time. It's a constant evolution, and this is just part of that. So I think for us, you know, when you look at the historical Chamber model, this is completely different. But it is in line with the way people are doing business. And for the Chamber to be successful, we have to evolve. And us moving into the co-working station, it's not a stopping point, right? We're not gonna automatically move in and be this incredibly awesome organization, right? It takes time, it takes collaboration, and that's something that we're just extremely excited about. And we hope that other chambers will look at this and want to copy it.